yes.
Okay, put your wine down. I'm going to tell them we're set. We're set, and we'll go on and we'll get this. We'll get this intro video going. Somewhere between the shores of France and England, this critical battlefield is the stage for a clash of enemy fleets. This idyllic setting will soon be shattered by the thunder of guns and flash of explosions, as only one fleet can be victorious. This is Sea of Fortune. Sea of Fortune is a 48 by 48 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from west to east. The A cap is on the extreme left, B is in the center, and C is on the far right. The A cap is surrounded by islands, but offers virtually no cover within the cap itself. The aforementioned islands provide plenty of places for friendly radar cruisers to conceal themselves, making aggressive destroyer plays into the cap early in the game very risky and frequently suicidal. A narrow passage past a picturesque castle links Cap A and Cap B in the center. There are only 4 ways in and out of the B cap, 1 in each cardinal direction, and no cover inside. The islands near the cap are commonly used as shelter by defending cruisers, who find themselves in turn the primary targets of enemy battleships. Cap C is possibly the easiest cap for destroyers to contest, but that doesn't make it any less dangerous. Wide open to the north and south with a connecting passage to Cap B to the west, ships caught on the cap by enemy radar have nowhere to hide and must vacate the cap or be destroyed. Control of Sea of Fortune can swing very quickly because of how close the capture points are to one another, and the narrow gap between A and B makes defending one cap from the other almost trivial. Teams that allow the action to shift from a north-south axis to an east-west one may find they have an uphill battle to climb. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Sea of Fortune. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 1 today. Game 1 here in Group F as we bring you KSC and Star Brasil Veracruz.
F is in Fantastico.
Yes, indeed. Fantastique, or Fantasque, I should say. KSC eschewing destroyers entirely, going double Kremlin. This is like the Stellenium lineup from Hellzath. Double Kremlin.
Oh my god.
Quadruple Moskva, double Stalingrad, and a token Des Moines. Like, I feel legit bad for your destroyers, man.
Yeah, that's gonna be it's gonna be interesting to see what happens here with these destroyers.
Yeah, it's putting it mildly.
Yeah. So on the star side of things, we've got Montana, Kremlin, Worcester, Rizal, Moskva, Stalingrad, Goering, Daring. It feels kind of like a little bit of everything, almost like they're not quite sure how they want to play, and they want to be set up to possibly respond to everything. The only problem with that is that means that they're not really good at any one thing.
Well, that much cruiser variety gives them a lot of flexibility, but they have a huge hill to climb. They're 150,000 hit points upside down as the match begins. KSC is doing a very, very awkward split. We're sending Moskva, Stalingrad, and Kremlin to each half of the map, literally due east and due west along the sea line, playing way back of the cap. And then the lone Des Moines, that's Aussie Zeus, is snuggled up to the island in between on the northeastern corner, top end of B, right? So he's snuggled right up there where his radar will absolutely cover the B cap, and he probably gets a decent chunk of C from there.
Yep. So they're basically just playing the waiting game. Now, the interesting thing about that kind of strat, and I have a feeling this is what we're going to see, they're all lined up on the C line heading south. What's going to happen is as soon as they're told to go, all of them are going to move forward at about the same rate. And they're just going to push Star off the map.
It's possible. So what's happening now, a Kremlin and a Moskva pair each are setting up in both C7 and C4 facing south. Another Stalin and Moskva pair are continuing to push over all the way to the 1 line and the 10 line, respectively. Those guys do not appear to be slowing down. The first ship we have spotted now is Kospin's Henri down on the G line, as they've been lobbing shells at Zeus. I'm not sure how they've got him spotted, but they know he's there.
That would be a radar from Guiguito, Ruvao, and Moskva, south of B cap, basically the opposite end of the Des Moines. Kospin taking a citadel from the Moskva. Some other hits from the Stalingrad.
both teams just kind of setting up here. We have not seen, despite the double destroyer, we haven't seen anybody sniffing a cap yet, which I find very awkward. Why would you bring 2 destroyers and not even, like, make the attempt? We see now some angry smoke on the 9 line here. I'm expecting somebody to radar. You've got Stalin and Moscow radar over here. Let's see there. Maybe they're timing it for reloads. I'm not sure which.
Torino is just out of range of radar, which means Boral is a little back too. Torino might... Nope, never mind. And I was just going to comment, I think the destroyers are playing incredibly passive at the start. They don't want to get themselves detected early and then killed and, you know, give their team a real disadvantage.
With 7 enemy radars to deal with, I kind of understand a little bit of caution, especially since, as we noted earlier, with no carrier to spot these ships, you don't have any idea where those radars might be lurking. We see now one of them at least brave enough to go into the A-cap. Who is that, Zaf?
That would be the gearing, Lucas.
Okay. Lucas is gearing, looking to try and flip A. The trick is, with this much health upside down, they cannot afford to dawdle for too long, or they're going to find themselves just, like you said, just swept clean off the board.
Well, and that's already what's happening. I've seen that their entire KSC's entire line has moved down from C to D.
They're on the D line now.
Continue to use it. So it turns into these guys, if they want to have a chance, they have to focus fire. They have to get one ship off the board and then move to the next. Neto class taking some big hits here in the Zao.
He's been doing a decent job, but the trick is he's got Stalingrad Moskva astern of him and Megazow's Kremlin and another Moskva kind of off his port quarter astern of him as well. So he really just needs to, there he goes. He just needs to go unspotted for a little while.
Lego Party Australia taking some big hits. He's down to about half.
Where is he?
Middle.
Center. Right there he is. Yes, that Moskva. The Moskva in the center there. I see it.
Yeah, no, the other Moskva.
The other Moskva. I know. No, not that Moskva. The other Moskva. No, the other Moskva. They're everywhere. KSC definitely moving up on caps now, as Star continuing to just farm health off these guys. Lord knows KSC has health to just burn. Ooh, they've got Kloss spotted again, continuing to pound him down here, almost down to out there. It is 10K now. They must have him radared, and they're just pushing.
He's on fire, so.
Oh, he's lit. That's what it is, because they're just pushing the crap out of him at this point.
Yep.
Is he still burning? Exactly, he was down on like 8K. Is he? They must have put the fire out, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
He's at 7K health. Fire's out. Well, he's turning, probably to launch torpedoes.
He is easily, other than the destroyers, the squishiest thing for them to shoot at and detect on the board. Like, no question of that. Ron's Kremlin looking. Ooh, this might end badly. Oof.
He's trading shots. He's getting shot at so the team doesn't focus on Neto when he's spotted again.
Aussie Zeus stucking his stern into the top end of B as the Moskva peeks up just far enough to basically drive him out.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
7.5 minutes.
Torpedoes just barely missing cable guy north of C-cap.
I see this. He looks like he just managed to dodge them. It looks as if Cable Guy's Kremlin is going to go park in C. Or he's certainly going to park on the edge of C, as the Worcester is basically just open water firing at him now.
Well, he doesn't have that much of a choice. They have to get something off the board. And,
they need, and
of all ships, I mean, the Kremlin's the farthest up, so.
It is, and I'll be brutally honest, right now, Star is trading very well. They've narrowed that health gap. I mean, they've narrowed it. It's not, I mean, it's still a huge health advantage for KSC, but the gap has narrowed, but versus where it was at the start. To me, the big difference here needs to be, like, it has to be the torpedoes. They have to be able to flex these destroyer torpedoes and get big hits in a few places.
Right, and so far they have not done it. Lucas
has
been throwing torpedoes, and also the Daring too. They've both been throwing torpedoes. The problem is they're throwing torpedoes at their bow, which means they just don't have a large section to hit.
Right, exactly.
But, I mean, the alternate is get out on the flank, but what's there? Oh, look, a Stalingrad and a Moskva.
Yep.
I mean, it's just...
I know. 9 minutes gone. KSC has moved their wall of stellinium steel up now, approaching the E line. We've got a Kremlin on the top end of C. A Kremlin and a Moskva, accompanied by a Moskva, another Kremlin-Moskva pair about to start touching the A-cap. And that's actually big, Zath, because right now that's the only points that that Star Basil has been able to earn so far, is the 150 points they've earned from their early control of the A-cap.
Right. Now, Norfiz is making a very, very desperate move here. He's trying to turn out. He turned back in, got some full pens there from the Kremlin, and now the Daring is smoking him up. Kiran. But that won't fool the Moskva's radar that long.
Health gap continuing to narrow here. Star now has narrowed that gap to only basically 30 or 40,000 hit points. Match halfway over as KSC has finally pushed their way into the A-cap. It looks like they're going to bag this cap. Yep, so they'll start ticking up points now. They've traded really well, but I still feel like KSC's kind of an advantage. Like Star has not really done a great job of like focusing ships, right? I feel like that's what they need to do. They need to pick one of these guys and just blast him, everything on him, and get him off the board.
They've got 4 ships at half health or worse.
Yes, KSC's like they've got health to burn and they know it. They're doing it.
Now, Cable Guy is coming under continual sustained fire. This time, No Fish from the Worcester is firing over the island.
I see this. And both he and Lego Party have backed up off. They were on the E line. They've backed up onto the D line now.
Focus fire being called out now as the Montana gets in. Predator Dragon with
Yep,
AG.
I see Predator's AG coming in. He does light at least one, if not, I can't tell if he's got fire prevention, but that Kremlin is... Okay, Cable Guy is in trouble now. Definitely on 2 fires there. We'll have to see how he can manage his health pool to see if he can stay in the game. He is actually the lowest thing on the board right now for both teams. Falling under 10,000 now as he continues to burn here north of the C-cap.
Yeah, this is huge.
This is
If
a
we can
huge
get this
kill.
Kremlin off.
Star needs this kill very badly. He puts the fires out on 1,200 HP. More Worcester shells continuing to land. Not penning his deck as he starts to heal.
Yeah, big mistake here. There were some shots from Kron and the Kremlin at Lego Party broadside. They should have gone to the Kremlin. That would have killed him, but they didn't.
Yeah, it looks like, and they've just... do they still have eyes on the Kremlin now? He's healed back up over 10k.
Now got eyes.
All right. It looks like they've pushed Kiram's Daring up far enough to try and spot him. They know the value of this kill. There, he's a lit again. They know they have to get Cable Guy off the board now, or they're gonna regret it. 8 minutes to play here. This game has been all about watching Star try to manage how they deal with this wall of Russian steel that KSC is throwing at them. And there goes the Kremlin.
Good.
First kill of
Now
the game. First kill of the game going to Star here. Sorry, go again. Say again.
I was saying now there's something that that Star can work with. If they can take Lego Party's Australia's Moskva down, there's going to be a hole in that, and Star can exploit it.
Very much so. They have about 150 point lead here. Of course, KSC the only ones ticking up points here. But Star definitely, I mean, to their credit, Star has played a very, very patient, very, very, very good game here to just continue to work these angles and pressure these guys off the board. I'd say Lego Party's in trouble. He's under 8k and still burning. They must have just lost sight of him. The Worcester, he repaired the fires and the Worcester quit firing.
Yeah, they lost sight of him. The Moskva south of B tried to radar to get him spotted again, but he's just outside of radar range. Drift is now being requested as the focus target. I don't like this Stalingrad here. Sword Dragon has been forced to go forward and bow in, which means Drift can get a broadside shot on him.
He's never going to get shells over that island, not from the angle he has. I'm looking at it now. He can't. He'd have to... yeah, you're correct. He'll have to continue reversing, and he might be able to pull it off. 6 minutes to play, 100 points separating these teams, as KSC continuing to try and just keep Star off of caps.
There's LPA. Nope, he just went dark again. Too many ships, I think, rotated to the mid. The Wooster and the Montana both rotated mid.
Ooh. Can you guys see Megazao? Have you got eyes on him?
Yes. Yes, he's
He's
pushing into the channel.
he's going to go into the B cap here. Now he's going to get farmed by the Wooster, which was just no, that's Daring. Excuse me, the Daring's going to sit there and farm him for a bit. I feel like Star has done a brilliant job, Zap, but so has KSC because they realize that they don't have to do anything but not die. As they own a cap sooner or later.
Oh. Kron
got
just
hit.
took a big hit from Megazao. He's down to
Ooh,
2K
I see it.
health.
Yeah, they're calling for focus fire now. He's on 3K. That's points that they can't afford to lose. He's just gone dark. They have no eyes on him. There's shells going in, though. Doesn't look like they got him. Looks like he managed to sneak away. They cannot see him.
Kron is repairing now.
All the shells in the world now falling on Megazao's Kremlin. 5 minutes to play. 50 points separating these teams. I'm not going to lie, Zath. I kind of question the need for Megazao to drive into B and make himself a target.
Well, I think he's looked at the way that Star has rotated, most of them going to the center, and he's trying to cut them off from being able to reinforce the west side. As you can see now, the Montana and Wooster have both been forced to kite away, as Megazao gets a hit on Norfiz, and the Wooster is down to 13k.
True. Norfiz's Wooster has been playing just a very, very, very solid game with vision and everything else.
Hey. Hey, take a look at your health totals. Star is ahead on health.
They are. Star has managed to claw back the 150,000 health that they started upside down on in this game, and yet KSC is about to catch them with 4 minutes to play.
Oh,
Ooh.
big kill. Big kill.
Star loses a ship for the first time this game. That flips the lead. That's huge. They can't afford to give up ships. They don't have the time, and yet Minister here on the top end of A is also looking a little rough. He's got lots of ships capable of shooting at him. He's at 8,500, and Megazao is under 20.
Lucas was shooting at him with the gearing over that island, so he wasn't detected. Very smart play.
Megazao, okay, it looks like they've lost sight of Mega. No more shells coming in on him at the moment.
Nope, they see him.
Okay. I mean, KSC has a lot of ships that are very low. In fact, I think they're going to get Minister. He's on 3K now. He's healing.
If Star's gonna have a chance at this game, they have to get 2 more kills quickly.
They definitely need to get 1 to start the ball rolling. Minister under 1,000 HP now as he continues to heal and reverse. Here north of the A cap, they haven't managed to light him on fire. His heal stops at 2,100 health. Between the Zhao and the Stalin, I can't imagine he's going to live, but that's not going to change the lead. Less than 3 minutes to play.
Now Kron is on fire.
They lit him on fire there. Minister is lit again. He's going out.
That's it.
All right, but that doesn't flip the lead. They need Megazao to die if they want the lead back.
Oh no!
I think they're going to get him. Ooh, they can't afford that. They are going to get Mega. They trade battleships here, but they're still 60 points behind and continue to fall because they don't own the A cap. Now, what I think is going to happen, Zap. Ooh, the Zao's going out. Ooh, he's going out. Yep. 2 minutes to play.
That was a misplay there. There's no reason for him to go back in like that.
Oof, 2 minutes to play. They're looking for the Stalingrad. Sword Dragon really needs to be on the A cap. Like, he should have already, but he's reversing. He needed to move up. The gearing is moving that way. And now where's the Daring?
Daring is still south of C cap. I think he's getting ready to do something about the C cap.
Here's the problem. They can't win on caps anymore. It took them too long to whittle down KSC's health pool, and now they have to win by kills. They need 2 kills. I think might do it. But it looks like they're going to lose Predator's Montana. Borla's very low. Predator now under 4K and burning. 90 seconds to play. More shells going in on Borla's Stalin. More shells coming in on Predator's Montana. They light him again. That's got to be it. Predator has to go out here. 600 and burning. He'll go down. Borla's going down. We trade. That's not what Star needs.
Now Lucas now backing into the A cap, but too little, too late.
No, it's
More
too late.
importantly, like you mentioned, the Stalingrad here, Sword Dragon doesn't have a shot when those two
No.
guys show up.
No, what they needed Sword Dragon to do, in my opinion, was to push as soon as the Moskva they knew he was going out. Sword Dragon had to be going to A, and you needed to get the gearing into B, especially since the Des Moines has wrapped around. Like B is wide open at this stage, but with 40 seconds left, it literally doesn't matter. Star has
Aussies is still up there, right?
Aussie's still up there. He's come around the corner now. He's pushing the gearing out. At this point, it doesn't matter. Star cannot win. They played a brilliant game. It just simply took them too long to chew through 650,000 hit points to the point where they could own enough caps to be relevant.
Aussie Zeus with a brilliant play here, coming in and basically saying, "You shall not have A."
Yeah. Yeah. Time ticking away here as KSC is going to claim game 1 here on Sea of Fortune.
Yeah. So, Raptor, how do you, if you're Star, what do you do?
I tell you. So this is where the chess game starts, right? Is that what happens back in the ship selection screen? Because what becomes interesting is does KSC try that again? Does Star now adapt their team composition to that composition that we just saw? Or do they try something, I mean, that's where the chess game comes from, right? We don't have any idea how that's going to play out.